Eagles-Bills preseason game, 10 players to watch. The 2017 Eagles will be at home for the first time this preseason. And the home crowd will get a chance to see some new additions to the team. Here are 10 players to watch in Eagles-Bills on Thursday night at the Link, 7 p.m/NBC. Alshon Jeffery. Doug Peterson said he was leaning toward playing Jeffery in this game after taking it really easy on him throughout training camp. So if Jeffery plays, it'll be his first game with the Eagles. During training camp, he's looked good when he practices. But he missed some time with a shoulder injury, and then Peterson put him in bubble wrap for another week or so. Carson Wentz is looking forward to getting on the field with his new weapon. Expect the starters to play just a series or two. Ronald Darby. Darby didn't become an Eagle until Friday, the day after the first preseason game. His counterpart in the trade, Jordan Matthews, won't play for the Bills on Thursday. Matthews suffered a cracked sternum in his first practice in Buffalo. Meanwhile, Darby was thrown in with the first team in his first practice with the Eagles. Based on that, expect him to take the left cornerback spot when the defense first takes the field. Marcus Johnson. A hamstring injury kept the young receiver out of the first preseason game, and Bryce Triggs performed extremely well in his absence. Johnson has done a lot to earn a roster spot during training camp, but nothing is written in stone, even with the departure of Matthews. Johnson needs to have a good preseason to seal a roster spot. Derek Barnett. Barnett's debut was very impressive. He had 2 sacks and caused problems for the Packers' offensive line. The most impressive thing was the inside move he used to get his first sack against Green Bay. He's been working on that all camp. Let's see if Barnett can keep it going. He's not fighting for a roster spot, but he is fighting for playing time and eventually a starting gig. Patrick Robinson. With the addition of Darby and with Ron Brooks out with a hamstring injury, the veteran cornerback has been working in the slot. Expect to see Jalen Mills and Darby start outside and Robinson as the Eagles' nickel cornerback. There's a chance Robinson won't make the 53-man roster. His best chance to stick is to prove he can be good for the team in his new role. Shelton Gibson. Gibson has really turned it around after his terrible start to training camp. He was just awful early on, dropping more passes than he caught. Since then, he's looked like a viable option. But in the first preseason game, he had an egregious drop, and that can't happen again. He's a 5th-round pick but is fighting for a spot on the team. Donnell Pumphrey. The 4th-round running back out of San Diego State didn't have a great debut. He looked shaky as a punt returner and couldn't find an inch on a fence. The Eagles are hoping those first-game jitters are out of his way. They eventually want to make him Darren Sproles' replacement as a punt returner, but there's a lot of work still to do. LeGarrette Blount. The entire run game never got going against the Packers' blitzing front, so this game is a chance to show the Eagles can be a good run team in 2017. Let's see if Blount really can be more than a short yardage specialist this season. It's unclear if Wendell Smallwood, hamstring, will play. Chance Warmack. Brandon Brooks, ankle, will be a game-time decision, so Warmack might need to start for the second straight game at right guard. His first attempt didn't go well. Remember all that interior O-line depth? Well, Alan Barber is gone and Warmack doesn't look promising. Alex McAllister. A 7th-round pick last season, McAllister picked up a sack late in the first preseason game but still has a lot of work to do. He's the 6th defensive end on the depth chart and might be fighting Steven Means for a roster spot. He needs to string together a few good games to give himself a good chance.